Hello, welcome back to Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So today we're going to take a look through Pandora again, and of course I'm gonna give you a little view, like how I see it through a biologist's eyes, of course. And just let me say one thing when I start. Just look at that. It's really nice flying around. I mean, the character, she's doing a lot of stuff, but the music, the flying, it's just gorgeous. So I'm just gonna, I guess, fly around and stick to this area here, because there's like many biomes on Pandora. And this is just a small part of Pandora, so like in real world, or on Earth you could say, there are of course different biomes with different, or climate was there first, then, the fauna came in, and then most likely animals. So we're going to take a look at this area here, the Kinglow Forest, and I guess I'll just fly around. I'm probably going to clip a few things and just going to talk about a few things. Um, since I started in this area does remind me there is this place on Earth because people always go on about how beautiful Pandora is and oh, it's so beautiful, I want to be there. There's a national park, I think it is in China, and I'm pretty sure it's a national park or national monument, or depending on the classifications, of course. But they've got those big limestones with the beautiful trees. And if you look from afar, I mean, of course, they've got some. I must say, they have really a lot of effort in the game. They put a lot of detail in. But from afar, of course, it looks the same. If I get a bit better, over there you can see all of it. So there is a national park in China that totally looks like that. So what a lot of people say when they just complain about like, oh, I want to live on Pandora, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I mean, Earth is beautiful too. All that stuff you see, all of the animals, all of the plants, they've been inspired or were inspired by animals and plants and mushroom and everything in between, structures, climate that already exists on Earth. So it's just like, well, we want to live on Pandora. You kind of are. It's just like, the colors are a bit off, but just look at that. We got lily pads and lotus flowers and everything else. So I guess for this video, I'm just gonna, fly around a little bit. If I see something, I will most likely clip it. And then I'll see how you guys like it, or just like in general, since it's just the beginning of my channel. I guess I'll figure out if I just like travel through, or if I do like just, multiple clips and stuff. So if I'm gonna keep the eye out for some interesting nature thingies, and I'm gonna just clip it together, just to see if I can, find something to talk about, or, I'll definitely find something to talk about. I always find something to talk about. And there's nothing more fun than, ripping apart, or not ripping apart, just like, putting like all of those alien biology, alien nature, just like, looking at it through a microscope. And very fine detail, like those trees over there. And if my voice is a bit weird, I'm sorry. Which is also nice because you can look at it and it will tell you. So this is a stern beast and it's a young one. They look kind of similar to like, will probably fit the ecological niche of probably some wildebeest. I do usually see them in Pandora. They're in little herds, so there's usually more than one. They like to travel around, and there are different growth stages. I know I'm freaking it out because I'm chasing it with a gigantic flight predator. Although I don't know if you look at the ecran structure, go more into detail at some point. So it's just running around. What I really like with the beef, I should be able to do it with the photo mode. It's running into the trees. Oh, I'll find another one. Oh, look, there's a dire horse. Dire horse are practically just six-legged horses that look like a cross between a seahorse and a horse. But they're really nice. You can ride around on them, and they have it in the first movie. And not just the... Oh, if you've watched my other video, that comment that the people just did was because I accidentally punched that viper wolf, I'm gonna call it a puppy, to death. It sounds horrible, but I just wanted to scare it off because it attacked me, and I punched it. So yeah, that's why they don't really like that. But again, the people here are really friendly, which is just amazing. And so I'm just flying around, gonna look for stuff. Like this one was completely random. Oh, it's the same one from before. Up, but here you can see some predator tracks. I'm thinking about doing like a video about just like generally the, herbivore predator maybe behavior later on, because I think it would make like a nice series or something. So I guess, like in nature, when you do look for animals, I'm gonna stick to the rivers. I'm just gonna fly around with my Ikran Amai, which you've, maybe seen. So just looking for stuff, I guess. But like just generally in nature, which is very nice. I mean, those little thingies, I'll take a look later on. I'm not that... I mean, I love the Avatar movies. I also got like the visual dictionary. It's an amazing book. And I love the detail and everything. But I am not like, I've got like, oh yeah, I exactly know what that is. So I'm not that... Oh, there's a dire horse. Exploring, I stumbled upon something that deserved its own field study. So it's gonna have its own episode and we'll come back to that. But I was exploring the Braided River during day, so I thought it might be interesting to show you a little bit what it's gonna look now that it's nighttime. So sorry for the abrupt change of scenery, but I think you're gonna enjoy it. Alright, welcome back to Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So for this video, I'm gonna do a little flying around at the nighttime, just along this river that I left off at the other video, the video before that. And I'm just gonna, look a little bit on call it the flyby, of a little bit the stuff that I see, mostly focus on, of course, the whole nature in general. It's really gorgeous with all of the bioluminescence, so you're gonna see a little bit more of that in the video. I thought I heard a helicopter, because, people are bad in this game, human people. So I'm gonna keep going. Now it's getting night, and you're gonna see some of the bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is actually really interesting because on Earth, of course, and real life, it has evolved multiple times through many different, just like generally sorts of life. There's like tiny microorganisms, those, I think they're called the dinoflagellates. They produce bioluminescence. It's those, they weren't actually sure what kind of animal or cellular organism, I don't even think they're animals. Okay, I am not a microbiologist, so please don't quote me on that. But those blue tides, so when the waves are turning blue because of the bioluminescence, so it's some sort of plankton, and plankton is basically everything that's tiny and floats around through the ocean. So I'm gonna keep calling it plankton. So, not that thing from SpongeBob. But you have, of course, multiple things on Earth that have evolved bioluminescence. There are fungus, mushrooms. Then there's of course different animals, some deep sea shrimps, fish, of course insects. Everyone knows fireflies or lightning bugs. I think they're called fireflies, lightning bugs, whatever. So it's really interesting. So bioluminescence on Pandora plays a really important part. So you've got almost everything has bioluminescence. So do of course the Navi, because if you look at my character, you can. I'm gonna try to get a bit closer, but I can't. Okay, you can see it right now because she's wearing armor, but she has some light dots in her face. You'll probably see it if I do this and then do this. Alright, you see she's got some of those dots in her face. So bioluminescence. Some organisms can produce it like primarily, but others, they have like microorganisms stored inside them. Sounds weird, but that produces, the bioluminescence for them. As beautiful as it is, it makes it a lot harder to see animals. So generally on Pandora, I mean, of course a lot of stuff is green. They also like to have a lot of pink and bluish tones. And you've got those little swarms flying around, and there's a helicopter. Okay, I'm gonna ignore it for now, because I usually, if I wouldn't be, recording that, I'm just gonna go up there and take care of business. So I'm just gonna keep going along here. Up there we go. I'm gonna call them the equivalent of lightning bugs. Sometimes it tells me what they are if I click on them, but it won't matter now. Again, I am not... Ooh, that thing looks like big fern. So, fern we have on Earth too. It's not that big. It was that big a long time ago, but it's not that big anymore. So, as you've seen, just looking at this this small, river compared to all of the other, because there's still so much to explore. You can see hopefully a little bit how much Pandora's, Pandora's ecosystem along the river has changed during day and night, but hope you find it interesting, and for the next episode we're gonna take a closer look at one very specific species. Alright then, Take care and goodbye.